Annie's. We used to have this place that was just like the pretzel stand in town, and they always used to give away free samples. And they did like the best brown sugar and cinnamon pretzels ever. Like, pretzels aren't even really much of a thing in the UK, except those. And then eventually I ended up just like loving their salted pretzels. That's really weird, yo. Okay,
that's really weird, yo. What's that, yo?
I'm getting urban. I'm making our show a bit more urban, right?
Oh, all right.
That's okay because you're black, so it works, right?
All right. Can Zelna wear his pants low? Because apparently that's what black people do as well. We all do that, by the way. We don't have belts here in America.
We should give him a grill as well. That's like what you wear on your
teeth. Let me see
right?
your grill.
Yeah.
Let me see your what? What?
We can enter.
My you never heard Nelly? Nelly back then?
No. I listen to classic music and nothing else.
Right.
I don't know.
No, sir. I'm from the Swiss police. I want to check the security arrangements.
By the way,
no one may enter the treasure chamber before the delivery has arrived.
By the way, I guess that's our intro. Hi guys. Welcome to another episode of Raven. Alright, so we can't go in there. Let's go back to the front area. We've spoken to Kreutzer. We've interacted with everything we could there. Miss Miller's basically done. She looks like she needs the bathroom, man.
She's anxious, man. She wants to see her baby.
She wants to see Professor Lucien.
It seems like Antoniakob Zellner will never manage to get on the front page. The museum director and the rest of the world think that Legrand is the one who put a stop to Dr. Gebhardt.
Let's love, baby.
You think Miss Miller calls him Lucy?
Use the time
for short?
to take a look.
Wait, sorry, what? Say that again?
You think she calls him Professor Lucy for short?
Lucy? That's a girl's name.
Lucy, I'm home. No?
No, I don't.
Professor Lucy?
No.
Oh, you never get that reference either? Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Well, why don't you watch old American television?
I don't know. I did edit some old American television into our Raven show a while ago. That crazy show you were talking about.
What? I Dream of Jeannie?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And
I
she
did
winks
that,
her nose.
Put that into one episode. Yeah.
You did the nose thing too when she winks her nose.
No, it wasn't anything. I just I YouTubed for like best. I'm sleep with Jeannie or whatever clips. And
I sleep with Jeannie.
I don't know. It was something about.
Basically, is what was going on. Yeah, but magnifying glass.
It has been a lifelong ambition of mine to visit Egypt at some point. I'm nerding out a little bit.
I want to go everywhere, really, and definitely go to one of these museums. Even though I'm kind of scared for like those scary movies like Hostel to happen to me, so I may stay away from those parts of the world.
Well, Egypt isn't very safe at the moment, so you can use that as an excuse. But at some point, it will be safe to go there, and my only excuse is my laziness.
I've heard of this. Desert glass. In the great sand sea of the Libyan desert, there's a region where natural glass is found. Nobody knows how it formed. The valuable material was often used for jewelry in ancient Egypt.
Really? That is really cool.
Wow.
That is actually so cool. That's really interesting to hear.
Is it
Can
dirty
you imagine
glass, or is it like extremely clear? It looks dirty.
Examine the showcase. Does that mean it's going to be particularly strong or brittle or what?
Yeah, I wonder. It's probably the same as glass, probably.
It would have to be functional.
Aha. This shows how the ancient Egyptians were able to move the heavy blocks of stone to build their pyramids and temples. They used ropes, wooden sleds, and poles as levers.
Do you know that there's like no historical evidence whatsoever that the Jews played any part in building the pyramids, and yet Western culture always, perpetuates this idea that they were being enslaved?
Western culture? Oh, what's this? You're putting your American disbeliefs on this?
Europeans and Americans, yeah. Wait, there's this idea that the Jews have been persecuted multiple times throughout history, and undoubtedly they have. But one of the big ones, like how they were being, forced into slave labor to build the pyramids in Egypt, there's actually no evidence whatsoever that ever happened. But we all believe it. It's one of those weird things. Anyway, the daggers.
Several daggers in a row. Their shapes and patterns look timeless, elegant.
Dude, can you just imagine being in a room like this? Like, vast rooms like this, where as you speak, your voice carries... I love places like this. They're so cool. Big...
When you look up and you could barely see the roof.
Yeah, oh my god. There's like a fear of big open spaces, but still being indoors, because, like, it just makes you feel really small, and, like, the ceiling of... Oh, dude. Being in large theaters and stuff, when, like, no one else is there, and oh my god. It's amazing. This statue. What do you bet? We get to move this statue, and it reveals a secret passageway.
This is Akhenaten, the only pharaoh whose portrait I always recognize. He has a very unusual head.
Why? What? Why would we?
Akhenaten was the husband of Nefertiti and the father of Tutankhamen, a famous family.
Nefertiti?
But he went down in history as the pharaoh who wanted to eliminate the old gods and replace them with a single god. The priests took offense, and he died of unknown causes.
Unknown.
It's weird. I feel like I'm in school, but like they
This
put some
is an
extra
educational
work.
show.
They put extra work in like actually telling stuff that is in the museum. I wonder if like one of the things is going to be used to solve the murder like later on or something like that.
What I was thinking is we just heard this story here, and maybe they're like using that as some kind of an analogy or something. Like we think of
That's
that
a good
story
writer right there.
and how
Yeah.
it could relate to this whole Raven thing. Like, so, and I can't quite put it together at the moment, but maybe at the end of the game you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, this story here was foreshadowing about what eventually would happen. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Lady Westmacott's there.
What? I didn't even see her. Oh my gosh, that is so weird. We passed right by her.
Dude, that's creepy. Oh my God.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh
Hello.
my gosh.
Impressive, isn't it? Thousands of years
Just
old
staring at
and
the wall.
still beautiful.
That it is. They dug it
Plotting.
out of the sand near Thebes over 50 years ago. I was there.
Really?
I met my husband there. He was an assistant on the dig and was ordered by the director of the excavation to take care of that writer. I financed many excavations in the following years, here in Egypt and in the Near East. I visited my husband, together with our son. It was the best time of my life.
Oh, info on the sun
But a
coming up.
museum is no place for nostalgia. What can I do for you?
I was looking at a map as well of historically the largest cities that have ever existed on planet Earth. Throughout mankind's history. And so many of them, like, if you were to look at a map like that throughout human history, the center of the world and culture and civilization has nearly always been around here, around Egypt and the Middle East and stuff, and there's just a few blobs elsewhere, you know, like Asia's got quite a few, and then there's like one in Europe and stuff. It's pretty interesting. Anyway,
Your son.
I want to talk about your son, and I want to tell you why I want you to tell me why you wrote that letter pretending to be the Raven.
Oh.
Why? Because I'm sure that is what she did. All right. Did you feel like you had a We'll ease her into it, shall we?
You've had a long and successful life, Lady Westmacott.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Zellner? That I should be ready to leave the stage? Because I'm not.
Oh, I didn't want...
I'm here because life is here, Constable. Or was. I have never lived as much as I have here. No fame, no money can buy that.
I understand.
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. Such an outburst isn't fitting for a woman of my age. And an English woman at that.
Quite
Let's
right.
talk about
English
something else.
woman, huh?
Look,
That's right. You guys are so douchey.
We're a
I'm held
certain
to a higher
echelon.
standard.
Yes. We're an echelon above most people, okay? We hold ourselves to a certain degree of decorum that we wouldn't expect to see in Europeans or people of else.
All because you guys know magic doesn't mean that us people are like outcasts, okay?
And
Okay.
because we have historically the largest empire that's ever existed on planet Earth, which was 22.6% of the world's landmass.
We're not inferior, okay?
Okay, yeah, I hate people.
Your son.
Your son, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. The end of episode 2.
Your son.
Yeah, right.
You haven't said much about him. Or perhaps you did, just not by name.
You're an attentive listener, Mr. Zellner.
I was wondering why you knew so much about Miss Miller's unhappy marriage.
I stopped paying his bar tabs. stopped paying reporters to hush things up. He got to know her and went with her to America to start a new life. You can change your name easily, but not who you really are.
Oh, there goes
He has my eyes, doesn't he?
The Part 2 novel is for him, isn't it?
If I couldn't provide Matthew with a good father, then at least I can provide him with a good start in life.
I don't know what to think anymore. Oh, that's kind of sad, actually. And I sort of think that they've been so upfront with that now. Mm-hmm. Maybe that whole he's the Raven angle doesn't
work anymore. How did she get down the stairs? Is there an elevator that I'm just not seeing?
People in wheelchairs can go downstairs, they just can't go up.
Excuse me?
Do you know what I find curious about her wheelchair, actually? The big wheel is on the front, not the back. Can you see that? Wheelchairs these days have got the big wheel on the back, don't they? And then two little ones on the front.
What do you mean front and back?
Look, there's 4 legs to a chair, and wheelchairs these days, the big wheels are on the back, aren't they? And then they get 2 little ones on the front.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And they like pop wheelies and stuff, don't they? But here, she's got like the big one on the front. I wonder when they changed the design of that. It's kind of weird. Because I was thinking about her.
Someone wanted to do a pop a wheelie and they couldn't. So
I was thinking about her doing a wheelie down the stairs. But I was like, no, she can't because her wheel's in the wrong place.
You think she slid down? Like, she was like, okay, all right, one step at a time.
One.
And then she like.
One step at a time. How rude. One step at a time.
When I was working on the ship, I felt like one of the detectives in your novels.
You were lucky. It was an unusual murder. Most murders happen in the heat of the moment or are committed by idiots. They're uninspired. But Gebhardt thought it through. He could have succeeded.
You don't believe that.
I don't know. He made too many mistakes.
He couldn't have known that the Baroness, almost unconscious from the drugs, would lock her cabin door.
But that was a risk. The plan was too complicated and sloppily executed.
You certainly are a harsh critic, Mr. Zellner.
He could have shot her on the side deck and thrown the weapon into the sea. With no witnesses, no one would have suspected him.
How boring.
Or if it had to be a complicated plan, then he should have worked more carefully. Should have thought of everything, had a plan B in place.
Maybe he didn't have enough time. He had only a few hours to plan and commit the murder.
Still, he should have covered his tracks more carefully. The audio tape, the bloody glove, none of that should have stayed in the medical center.
Yes.
I can't believe she's buying it. She seemed really wise before.
Yeah, now she just seems like an old woman.
I think most old people are like that. Don't you think that? Like, your first impression of an old person is, oh, they've lived a long life. They probably know what's up. And then you get to know them and it's sort of like, man, you've lived most of your life in complete,
what if a grandma
denial or something.
What if a grandma's watching this right now? It's like, I can't believe he said that.
If a grandma is watching this right now, there's nothing wrong with age, but I think, some people, they get to like 20 and then they never adapt their view of the world ever again.
It just stays like that. You're right.
And they, like, I know for a fact my grandfather was like pretty racist. Like, he died of cancer before I really knew him. But I know that about him, and everyone's like, oh, it was just a different generation. I'm like, no, you grow with the times. It doesn't matter when you were born. You've got to keep growing with the times, kind of thing. And I just find it's not an excuse, but so many people are like, oh, they had different mentalities because of the generation. And I'm like, that's something I hope we change in the future. Like, people
I don't know. I don't know about that. Not all white people were like, oh, the black devil all the time. Like, a lot of white people helped the black people back in the day. So, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say a lot, but...
What I'm saying is just from when you're born shouldn't be an excuse to be racist or ignorant about this or that or whatever. Anyway, Gebhardt, we're going.
We're starting talking about racism now.
Jesus, Dr. Gebhardt,
The
German guy. Let's be racist about the German guy.
Was the Raven?
Was?
Nine?
Do you think he's dead?
The letter sounded like he committed suicide.
There's your answer. Does that sound like the Raven? Being unmasked? Taking the easy way out?
My sentiments exactly. The Raven wouldn't commit murder, get caught, and then jump into the sea.
You don't want everything to be over, do you?
It's my chance to do something great. It can't be over yet.
At least you solved the
So
murder of the
good.
Baroness. You're a hero.
That's not how the newspapers see it. Nor I. Something's missing. I can achieve more.
See, we're not even being selfless. This is what's so
Careful,
great.
Constable. He who flies too close to the sun.
Is that the myth of Icarus?
To be honest, no. The story is Greek, and was only written down 1,000 years later. I was counting on the dramatic effect.
Oh, worked well enough.
No, this is great because like we're not some selfless. Oh, luddy duddy. We're doing it because we want the fame, because we want to achieve something. It's cool.
Well, yeah, he's old. He wants something to go down with. If he's gonna die, like that's he even threw away his pills. You know, it's just like I'm risking it all for this. You know, I want. Yeah, he's probably fired right now. He's probably fired. I don't even know how he's paying to go to these places right now. I mean, maybe it's just a game. But holy crap, like how is he getting in? You know, how is he eating? Does he have some type of like retirement fund that he's picking into right now? Like he's betting all on this, and then he like writes a book to get like the cash. Maybe maybe Lady Westmacott helps him write the book.
and quite seriously as well, think about it. Like they said, he's got a daughter too.
Yeah.
Who desperately wanted him to keep taking the pills and stuff, and didn't want him to go. And he's just like abandoned her for this and everything. I can't wait till she gets mentioned again. Right, the Raven. What do you think?
Let's assume that the thief is still out there. Who is he?
If all this were a novel, then it would be the one you least expect.
Is that intended to be a confession, Lady Westmacott?
What do we know about the new Raven?
He's a man who would stop at nothing.
Must it be a man? And how do we know that it's just one person? There could be several people collectively pretending to be the Raven.
So, we don't know anything.
That's not completely true. We know that he or she wants the eye of the Sphinx, and will probably strike here, assuming he or she hasn't already gone.
It may be the end of the story for me, Lady Westmacott. Inspector Legrand will arrive soon and send me to the hotel. I'll return tonight for the gala, hoping all the while that the Raven does dare to attempt a burglary. Tomorrow morning, I'll have to return to Switzerland. What an unsatisfactory ending that would be.
It wouldn't be a triumphant ending, but it could be worse. At least you'd still be alive, Constable.
I really don't think there's a risk of me dying. That'd be cool though. What, you know how there's 3 episodes? What if this episode just like ends really unceremoniously and we just get sent back? But then in like a cliffhanger twist, something happens to us specifically in Switzerland when we get home, and then it like blows it all open. And it's
Right,
like,
and you were there first, and you were there first on the scene. That would be crazy.
Yeah. All right. Lastly, the gala.
Will you attend the gala tonight, Lady Westmacott?
But of course, the antiquities, the delightful atmosphere, and who knows, perhaps there will be another spectacular burglary.
And your cruise?
The ship doesn't leave until tomorrow, and believe me, I'd cancel the cruise for this.
As always, it was an entertaining and enlightening chat, Lady Westmacott.
I'm going to miss our little chats, Constable Zellner. Goodbye.
Whoa. That sounds evil. That's like what a villain would say. I'm going to miss our chats before like they put a how on you.
Yeah.
All right. So she's
the Raven, and she was teaching her son.
She will return to being a statue there. We've examined the daggers again. Is there
Being
more we can do?
completely still.
What does it say here? The dagger on the left is a replica of the dagger from the tomb of Tutankhamun. It must have been incredibly precious during his lifetime because it's made of iron. Thousands of years before the Ice Age, meteorites were the only source of pure iron. So a star that fell from the sky, bringing a substance that's harder than anything they'd known before, would have been a dramatic event.
Dude, that is
No wonder
cool.
they used it to forge a weapon for the godlike pharaoh.
Dude, that is awesome. Oh man. The world of yesterday would have been so amazing in some ways, horrible and horrific in many, many more. But seriously, how cool is that? Like that would. Oh. All right, Matt actually came down as well earlier, and we didn't speak to him.
Hello, Matt.
Hello, Matt.
Let me whisper in your ear.
Hello, Matt.
Ahoy, Matt.
The statue was talking.
The statue was talking?
Yes.
And what did it say?
It said it was...
Okay.
That's a very bad word.
I know.
And an English one. Don't you think it's odd that an old Egyptian statue speaks English?
Don't you think it's odd that a statue speaks at all?
That would have been my next question.
What is this?
Maybe he
What?
heard
Do
something
you
through
think
the
I'm
wall.
nuts?
Whoops, I accidentally skipped
No,
something
of
there.
course not. I just thought you might have much better ears than me. Ears that can hear statues.
Some cop you are, Mr. Zellner. This is a mystery, and you're just making jokes.
Oh, I skipped a
You're
joke.
right. It's just...
Don't you believe me?
Well,
I would say, yeah. I mean, he probably heard something on the other side of the wall, maybe?
maybe cast your mind back to the train as well. He was talking about something weird and supernatural back there as well. The very likely could have been the raven climbing around outside of the train. And we had this same opportunity as well. Do you believe him or not? Do you want to go? We believe him?
Yeah, of course.
I
don't
really
think Matt
believe
is
him,
crazy.
man.
I don't think Matt is crazy. What are you doing? Of course you believe him. It's a kid. What's this is going to change the whole game? Or
some
because you
dumb
believe a
kid.
kid?
All right.
It's not some dumb kid. He helped us a lot.
We both agree that a stone statue without a mouth or vocal cords cannot speak, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay, that means you heard something else, and we have to find out what or who it was.
Roger.
See,
I'm
that's how you
almost
speak
a
to
bit
a kid.
envious of you.
Okay.
Going up the Nile on a ship, it must be great.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
you
we
don't
got this
sound
to
so
do.
keen.
I think my mom wants the professor to come too.
And you don't? You can't tell me.
What if mom marries the professor and doesn't work with the lady anymore? We'd have to move to London, and I'd have to go to a new school.
Or he could go to the States.
You
Tell
could
her.
tell your mother that it's not okay with you. She'd never do anything against your will, would she?
I guess you're right. If I'm stubborn enough, she'll definitely send the professor packing. Thanks!
That's one of those
Oh,
things.
We
crap.
have to see. The eye is coming.
Well, I want her, so I'm happy with that. It's a result. Lucien seems a little bit slimy anyway. That's like a constant pressure on women, like single mothers as well. Like that they have to do they must do their duty to their children instead of pursuing,
This will all be over soon. Then I'll finally have time for you.
And sometimes I think that's kind of unfair.
We wanted to head back to the hotel.
Certainly. And tonight at the gala, I'll show you around the museum, okay? And have you made up your mind about the cruise?
Well, I don't really know.
Oh, we made a big decision here, and I just jumped through it. I just
Yeah.
did what I thought was right straight away.
I only see you on vacation, Mom. And now you want the professor to come too? So I'll see you even less?
You're right. I'm sorry, Professor Lucien. I think it's best
no.
if you don't join us.
But Mary,
Professor, are you coming?
maybe we can talk about this again tonight.
Dude, what if he like goes psycho now?
Oh no!
Shall we go back to the
What
hotel?
did we just do? What did we just do?
Mr. Zellner still owes me some.
Oh, it's so terrible now. Oh god!
Oh, look at how happy he is. Our face.
So yeah, I just ruined someone's life.
You think that was a mistake?
I am the Raven. I do not need to kill anyone. I can just destroy their lives from the inside.
That's dark, dude. Where's the German dude? And where is the guard? And where's Lucien?
Professor Lucy.
Professor Lucien! Oh, here we go.
Moment. Professor Lucien, your key, please.
Oh, what if it's not in the safe?
It's probably
Yes.
not.
Well,
What a twist!
Come on, Professor.
but you have to realize that...
Thank you.
Finally!
Oh, is it a letter? Is it a letter? Yes! Yes! Yes!
Professor?
I wanted to give you this.
He's had it in his pocket the whole time. Oh my god! Dude, they're not going to be happy, but that was genius.
Well, after the
That's why he's
burglary
been
in
so
London,
nervous.
I thought the eye might not be safe on its way to Egypt. So I secretly took it when I was supposed to place it in the safe in London.
How dare you?
I felt that I should leave the jewel to someone I trusted completely. Myself.
But the jewel was safe. From London to here, no one had an opportunity to steal it.
I beg your pardon, my dear colleague. But if that were true, I wouldn't have had it.
Congratulations, Professor Lucien. You fooled everyone, it seems. The honor is yours.
Oh my god, did he just point to the constable? No.
No, he pointed to put it in. That seems a little sketchy. Like, automatically, they would trust him now because he had it the whole time?
Shall I explain the security system to you, Inspector?
The French ambassador summoned me. I have to get in touch with him. The press is besieging the embassy, and I have to answer their questions.
But you absolutely must come tonight. The opening of the exhibition will be the highlight of the year, and you are my special guest.
I will see what I can do. Zellner, will you have a look at the security precautions? We'll see each other tonight.
Of course, but...
Wait, Inspector.
Wait.
Well, here we are. The Inspector will answer the reporter's questions for the next few hours. And well...
I won't take up too much of your time. I'll take a look around and then go lie down so that I'm ready for tonight.
Did Legrand just openly accept our help?
Yeah, that's a little bit weird.
He did it really casually, didn't he, as well?
Because he just, maybe it's either he just didn't care at that point.
I want him to like us, Matt. I really want him to like us. I want him to warm to us and be like, yeah.
But the professor, like, automatically, they're trying to make sure he's off the radar because he had it the whole time. But he could be involved in some way because he had it.
Yeah, do you know what the perfect crime would be? That's not the eye. It was like swapped for a dummy, for a fake, in the professor's pocket, either with him knowing or him not knowing.
Right.
And that's it.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, dude.
Okay, we got a lot to inspect here. I guess this is sort of an opportunity for us to do that mystery with the with Matt and whatever was behind the wall or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Just before we go?
I guess we can't talk to him. Let's look at the display case.
And there's also a camera above as well.
This is really cool. This reminds me of the opening cutscene.
How is the display case protected?
It's made of bulletproof glass that's several centimeters thick. You'd need heavy machinery to open it. But even the smallest disturbance of the display case will set off the alarm.
Okay.
I would love to see,
Doesn't look half bad. A glass cutter wouldn't be much use. Is the display case anchored to the floor?
Why do you ask?
The Raven once stole a whole display case in St. Petersburg instead of just taking the jewels out of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Such an attempt would fail here. The display case is bolted to the floor and weighs several hundred kilograms.
You were going to say something?
Yeah, I would love to see like a show that actually like shows how you can get one of those pieces.
Stuff, how to be a criminal.
That would probably be a very like controversial show, but I would love to some documentary to show how they actually do
There's
these
a
things.
show that aired a while ago in the UK called The Real Hustle.
Okay, sounds like an American show for sure.
No, because there was like a drama called Hustle that was on for a while, and it was about people that did heists and stuff, but it was all fiction. It was constructed. There was another show called The Real Hustle, which did show legitimate ways that you can do like small cons on people on the street and bigger stuff too. So basic stuff where you have two people, you can get someone's entire purse and their wallet easily and stuff and it was all like educational kind of thing, but it was a fascinating show. It was really good. And it basically just showed how people gamble and hustle one another on the streets in sort of an attempt not to teach people how to do it, but to teach them how to avoid having it happen to them, kind of thing. It was a good show, The Real Hustle. I haven't seen it for a while, but it was good.
What's in the other display cases?
Other valuable originals.
That nobody cares about.
The eyes of the Sphinx would have been the highlights of our exhibition. Now that we only have one left, it doesn't really outshine the other valuables anymore. This room is full of world-class treasures.
The camera.
Oh, nicely spotted. I did not see that up there. I'd be a terrible thief.
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video surveillance.
Oh, wow.
I've heard about that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all 3 cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
There's another one over there. That's really cool. I love that perspective as well.
No wonder the Raven got away with so many stuff. They didn't have cameras. What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you don't see stuff like this anymore. It was all better in the olden days.
Stuff was easy, yeah.
There's
like no possible way. Like there's like lasers everywhere. Like the only way to get through that is just
Many people picture a stone coffin when they hear the word sarcophagus, but this one is wooden. As usual, an ornamental representation of the deceased is painted on the outside in gold and other colors.
Man, I loved studying Egypt when I was like really young at school. It was our topic book for a while, and we had to do loads of stuff on it. And we like mummified a fish in school. It was awesome.
You sure there's no like Reddit? Like there's a Reddit for everything. You sure there's no Reddit on like on heists?
Oh, definitely. There will be a subreddit on hustles and stuff that you can do on people. Undoubtedly.
No. I'm talking about like real heists, not this crap.
Well, yeah, but all you're gonna get is armchair nerds talking about potential ways you could, steal from banks. That's what you're gonna get, and people are talking about it like that. It's not gonna be. You're not gonna get an expert opinion.
There hasn't been no heist. There has been no heist in the recent years.
Well, maybe not in our
the gate. How does it work?
If the alarm is set off, the metal gate descends. The same thing happens at the windows and the main entrance. The thief is trapped like a rat.
This pat his butt. I heard like a pat.
I think it was on his back. Ooh, cutscene.
Next, I'll show you our guard room, the heart of the whole security system. And after that, I'll have to excuse myself.
Alert the guards.
Oh, it was a feather.
The French embassy. Legrand needs to come.
Oh! Run!